Yo guys, what's good? Back in another recap today, and today honestly was supposed to be shit. It was supposed to be garbage. We were supposed to get the worst price action ever. Every big guru on Instagram was telling you not to trade today, and I kind of had the same impression too going into this session. I wasn't really looking to trade. I was just kind of looking for my evals, but there was two really nice setups I liked today, and I actually missed out on my live account on the best setup of the day because I locked myself out because I thought volume was going to die down, and it really didn't. But overall, very productive day for me today. $150 on this account, just one trade, and I passed half of this combine. I only took one trade. You can see here I fucked up, and I did MNQ originally, and then I realized it was a 100K account, and instead of risking 3, I should have been risking 5 NQ. So I had to add positions and cashed on that. And that was on the trade I was talking about that was really good. And I passed this account today on the same short I took on this account. So everything's looking good. The only reason I did 100K was because Top Step fucked up my subscription. I wasn't supposed to have any subscriptions. I closed all my 100K accounts, but they billed me still. And then I couldn't activate any accounts with the reset credit because I didn't have any because I closed them all. So I messaged them. I'm like, what the fuck? And luckily they were nice enough to fix their fuck up and basically reset one of my accounts. So I was able to use the reset credit. I didn't exactly want a 100K account, but it is what it is. Passed half of it, so I ain't complaining. But yeah, let's get into the trades today. If you guys didn't see the video yesterday, the Iran ceasefire thing came out yesterday, and we skyrocketed up like 800 points. That is kind of a load of shit considering they're still bombing each other right now. It's just Trump staying out of it, I guess, for now. But it's all just market manipulation. I won't be shocked if the U.S. gets back involved before the 2 weeks. But yeah, we ended up taking out every single one of these draws. You can see how many highs I have to delete here. There is quite a lot of them. And we took all these out. And I'm going to leave that one because it's kind of relevant. And we closed above this 4-hour gap here as well. So basically all my buy side targets were taken out, which is awesome. And that leaves us with this giant 4-hour gap. And we had this high here. It was old. It gets swept right at before market open. And that leaves us with London low, Asia low. And honestly, I wanted longs because the news was super bullish. And why am I freezing right now? Hey, bear with me a second here, guys. I don't know what is going on. See if I can refresh this. Yeah, but I wanted longs today just based off the bullish news. But market opens and we didn't really get that opportunity, and I wasn't willing to take shorts till we closed below this last 15-minute gap here, which you can see we did with the 630 candle. So I was open to taking shorts after that point. We had also just taken out London low, so I wanted to obviously see how we reacted off of that. We take the low, and my first thinking was take a long back up to this day's open. The high right here, because we got a pretty big wick, and I kind of wanted that, but at the same time we didn't really get anything to show me that we were gonna reverse here, right? So on the 3-minute there was no IFEG. This was right where we swept London low. I believe on the 2-minute there might have been something. See if I can find it here. I believe there was, yes, there was a 2-minute inversion. So I was kind of watching that. But like I said, other than that, there's no real reason for me to enter along here. We hadn't broken structure. We hadn't got the change say delivery. And we still had this gap here. I wanted to see get closed above before I would have entered along. So that is something, if you guys are a new trader, days like today where you know there's going to be no volume, first of all, you probably shouldn't be trading. Or if you are, you should be trading very low risk like I did today and be very risk off, right? But on a day like today where you know we're not going to have a lot of volume, news is still crazy, you want to make sure you have that extra little bit of confirmation before you enter a reversal play, because chances are we're not going to get it super cleanly, right? So I didn't enter off that 2-minute inversion, and we tap back into this 1 minute here. And as you can see, we had closed below this 15 minute, so the 15-minute inversion, and everything in my eyes is ready to take a short. All I wanted was this candle to get inversed, and we did get the inverse right there, and I did take a short position right there. So really good trade. We swept London low, but we didn't get the reversal we wanted. We got the IFEG back down after we tapped into another fair value gap. And we still, I know we inversed the 2 minute, but we still failed to inverse this 1 minute as well. And we inversed the 15 minute. So everything was stacking up for me very nicely. I had my stops right there. And originally I was targeting down to Asia lows. But as you can see, based off the move yesterday, volume was absolutely garbage at this point. So I kind of pussied out. And I took $150 profit right there. And then it went right to my TP, but it only would have been $350. I was really sized down on this trade, so not that big of a deal, but I did get $1,500 on my eval on this to pass it. So very good trade. I mean, the delivery was terrible. Any other day we would have just skyrocketed down to this low. We might not even have got an entry, but I'll take that all day. Not much drawdown, not at all actually, so I didn't really have to worry about anything. And yeah, not going to say it wasn't nerve-wracking on my eval, risking the whole account obviously, because that's how I pass evals. And we're just getting these big ass wicks up and down. Pretty nerve-wracking, but worked out pretty good, and it is what it is. So yeah, now let's get into what I think was the trade of the day. I only took this on my 100K. And I took it pretty late, to be honest. The trade of the day would have been after we swept this Asia low. Obviously, we've tapped into this 4-hour gap. Not a lot, but 1 minute IFEG here. We come back, tap back into it after we also inverse this. And what I saw, what made me enter this on the 100K account, was the fact that we got... This is why I entered a little bit later. I wanted to wait till we got this 15-minute inversion there, which we did get up here at 8:45. So that is when I entered personally. But honestly, the best trade of the day would have been entering right here after we tap back into this, and then you get a 1 minute inversion back up, right? Entering right there, and then just targeting. I don't really know. You could have just targeted up to this gap here. That would have hit pretty fast, and you could have easily grabbed a 1 to 2 out of that. I thought that was a really good setup. If you targeted up to these highs here, you didn't hit, but you definitely could have taken profits a little bit earlier. But yeah, that was a good setup in my opinion. The best one of the day. Like I said, I didn't even have the account yet at this point. I was still dealing with Top Step, and I activated it right about here. And like I said, at this point I waited till we got the close above this 15-minute gap, which was at 8:45. So right on this candle here, and that is exactly where I entered this long position, was right on this candle here. And this one obviously didn't need to go that far because I'm just trading an eval. I was risking 5 minis, so I didn't really need a whole lot of points. So that kind of took me out right there. And my stops were just about there. So I was only risking half the account on this trade. And I obviously sized into it a little bit. So yeah, didn't take long. You only need, I don't know what, 30 points to hit 3 grand, like 40 points. So yeah, that didn't take very long. That trade hit. That was a banger. And that was it for me today. So yeah, not a super long video today because obviously it wasn't a great day to trade, but we made it work and turned into a very productive day for me. I got my winning day, passed an eval, and passed another half of an eval. So plan is get this account passed. I need one more trade. And then going into next week, I want to pass 2 more, get all 5 of my accounts back, and then we're going to start to fucking rinse Top Step again. The payout just hit my bank, so that's awesome. That was the fastest payout I've ever got from Top Step. It went through in about 12 hours, so that was awesome. So we got the cash now, and we're going to load the fuck up next week. So yeah, tomorrow, got a couple of red folders at 5:30, hour before market open. And unemployment claims, I don't know why that's an orange. I thought that was usually a red, but there might be something different about it. Who knows? Should be a pretty good day tomorrow. High time frame wise, I mean, who fucking knows what's going to happen? Realistically, on the buy side, our next targets are going to be up to these stacked highs here. But I would not be shocked if we come down and collect some of this gap, because that is a big gap and it's all news driven. So realistically speaking, you could consider this data low, or I believe he started talking at 5. So I guess up here would have been the actual news event, but it got released a little bit earlier, so I think it was right around here would be considered a data low. So there's a chance we come down and tag that, especially if Israel keeps bombing the shit out of Iran and Lebanon and all this shit. So I don't know, we'll see. But again, don't be too risk on tomorrow, because there's a lot of news, a lot of shit going on with the war, and that 4-hour gap is going to make things very difficult to predict where we want to go. So yeah, be careful tomorrow, and just get through this week, and next week should be a lot smoother. So yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe. It means a lot. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.